Well, howdy, partners. It's the Weekly Roundup.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2, season 4.
I think this is week 3.
Week 3.
Yeah, because we done one before a match was played.
Week
this
3.
So this is week.
Well, welcome
3.
to the third one of season 4.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. We'll have to start keeping track of them.
Yeah. Or just welcome to Weekly Roundup. Tell me the numbers.
Safer that way.
I can see you've had a wee haircut there, Tom.
Yeah, with Pete's mentioned about the always wearing a beanie. So this one's for you, Pete, the surprise. No hat this week.
Speaking of Pete the Surprise, he'll be coming up soon for his challenge.
Looking forward to it.
It is, yeah.
I should have seen what's on the wheel, and Pete, I know, is one of these that he loves suggesting different formats for the tournaments, and
no, mate,
he loves the old fun dart side of it. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Hey, you want to watch it just now, or you want to talk shit for a bit?
Well, we'll go over your darting week first.
Darting week? Crap. How's that? Sums it up in one word. I've not been able to play my league match because my opponent, they're struggling. I think there's something to do with electricity in their house or something. So that won't be getting played. I'll play catch up with that next week. Rick, in the team match, he just went AWOL. I tagged him right away at the very beginning. I had to tag him last night, and he responded today. So I've not played that yet. So I'm playing that on Monday. So I've not had any darts. Any competitive darts.
Any tournaments?
I think I played in a couple of them. I've done terribly.
Well, looking at the list that James has sent over, you've not won any.
No, definitely not. I've not even got by the first round, I don't think, mate.
Looking at numbers, there have been some cracking numbers this week. I think we've also got a record in.
What's that?
Saturday, so yesterday, 34 people.
Nice, mate.
I think that is
That's what we like to see. Yeah, because it was 33 before, wasn't it? 33 was our highest.
Well, I think there was 34, but all 34 didn't play.
Yeah.
So I didn't count it. You know, it's easy to tick it, but...
Yeah, I didn't play on Saturday. Obviously, I was out last night. I wasn't that bad. There's no stories this time.
No, Michelle trying to drag you into bed, locking you in the room.
None of that sort of stuff.
It's like a boring night.
Yeah.
So should we quickly run through these tournaments?
Yep. So, Monday, is it?
Monday, 501. Kyle Miller, not Miller.
Was that the double in one?
No, that was just a standard
just
5.
Straight.
Yeah. Tuesday, this is where it gets a bit repetitive now. Tuesday, 501 standard, Stephen Walker.
Just for a surprise.
Thursday, 501 double in, double out.
No, that was
Stephen Walker.
I played that. I can't remember who I had in the first round. But again, hit his double every time, first attempt. I couldn't hit anything.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like the double in, double out.
Oh, it was just a 501 thing. Like, Jesus.
Bad enough when it's 301.
Yeah. There might be when we meet up with James the first time, just to slap him for that one.
Saturday, James Morgan beat Gav in the final.
Is that just straight 501 again?
Yeah, straight 501.
To be fair, I mean, if the straight 501, it's great. I know we like a wee challenge every now and again, but it is better with the 501, I feel. I do like this 171 though, but we've not done that in a while.
We haven't done that for a while.
We need to get that up and running again. Was that not Mark Jackson's one? Is that not the one he won? Or was that the 301?
301 double in, double out. Mark Jackson always seemed to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done the 170 for a while, or 1,001.
Yeah, we haven't.
Come on, James, get on it. We always just spice it up a bit.
Yeah. Didn't call him scary and me posh for nothing, you know. The Spice Boys.
Oh, that could go down a completely different avenue. Well, you quickly went on there. We've obviously now decided on the meetup.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't decided. Everyone else has had a vote.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. It'll be... If it's anything like the last time, it'll be crazy. And it looks
because there's more numbers, which I think has helped it being more central.
I put the one in it just for people to react, to let us know that they're going. But I've noticed there's a couple of people that haven't reacted that are actually going. So the numbers are more than what that says.
Yeah.
So if you haven't reacted to that post, get your butt in there and react. This gives us an idea of, for booking boards and stuff like that, of how many boards we're going to have to book.
Yeah, because it's like, I need to know the people, how many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like...
It makes it easier for us to organise. When I say we, I mean Tom. It's going to be Tom.
And when it says organise, it means go online, have a look, wing it on the day.
It's worked for us so far.
I think the only thing that has been 100% certain is there's rumours going around that there's a Hooters. Everyone's looking to go and get something to eat.
Yeah. Obviously, I've heard the food's really nice there.
They're doing cracking chicken wings, and we know how much you love them.
Yeah. It's more the breasts I'm looking for, mate, to be honest.
Oh.
If there happens to be chicken breasts, I'll take them as well.
So, yeah, that's the tournaments this week.
Yeah.
Unless you want to, for the Premier League.
Well, I get gubbed in the first round of that as well.
Especially, you did quite well last week, didn't you?
I didn't
the week before.
I just couldn't get going at all. This week, it wasn't happening. Couldn't hit a double. Couldn't hit a score. So one of those ones. It's just, you just have days like that you just can't hit anything.
I've been having a few of them recently.
Yeah, two of us have been the same. But the matches we've had together, normally we have a couple of crackers, but they've all been below 50 every time. It's just, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I've just got into my head so much. It's like I'm literally not hitting anything. Like, even though I even go to the stage where like, you're not in a triple, fine. Just hit 20s.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's going 5, 1.
I used to have a wee thing if I was struggling to score, I would just go for the big 20, the big part of the 20. You're like, just try and get yourself 60s, get yourself quite a scoring going. And even trying that, as you say, you're into the 1s, into the 5s, you're like, Jesus Christ.
I can't even say like,
nothing
was switched to the 19s because then I'm getting the 7 and the 3s. And
yeah, it's brutal, mate. Brutal.
Who is it I played? I played a little friendly and I was going for tops. I think it may have been Gav. And it ended up in the 9.
Jesus. That's some...
I don't know who it was.
Some crazy mess in there,
completely, because it's in my head and I'm trying to find it. Just literally slipped out my hand into the 9. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's not good.
So, but last week's Premier League, James won Prem A.
Yep.
James L won Prem B.
Because Michael Carey couldn't play. He couldn't play on last week. He couldn't play last week. He had to withdraw. That's why he got no points. He won it last week, but he couldn't play. Someone got a bye. I can't remember who it was, but someone had got a bye. And it wasn't me.
Noah Hinton won Prem C. Jamie Lynch, the admin killer, won Prem D. Daniel Langley won Prem E. And Monster won Prem F.
Nice.
So it's good seeing different names winning it.
Yeah, mate. I mean, obviously, I pay more attention to the one that I'm actually in.
Yours is B, isn't it?
It's very tight. It is very tight in there. So it is good the fact that it's tight.
But you got this. Oh, you won't know yet, will you?
No, James just doesn't tell. James and Neil, they just don't tell anyone anything.
Last season, Neil had it up. On the Sunday, Neil had the next week's fixtures up, on the Monday at least.
Yeah.
then you got a week. Because I remember I had like a week of trash talking John. Never goes well when I do that.
Yeah.
But this week,
maybe don't try it.
Yeah, this season, James is like, no, 7 o'clock. Come on.
You're taking away all our fun.
And James, stop pinning messages. I keep losing my messages. Well, now we've started. Let's just start on James now. Yeah. Anything else?
Whose idea was it to give James these powers? He just keeps moving things.
On a note on that one with people powers. So we have had a slight restructure.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to word it. So maybe now if people are listening, we can quickly run through it. So the way we're looking at it, me and Tam are having a rest. In the nicest way, we'll just do this.
Yeah.
A bit easier. So that's our job. How did I word it? Chief Overseeing Legends.
That is fairly accurate, mate, to be honest.
That's our new role now. Gary Plummer. Don't know why I said like James Bond. He is overseeing the leagues. So any issue with the leagues,
you should go to, man.
Go to your...
Obviously go to your league manager first.
League managers. Well, I think we're going to have to change that around because maybe that would be like league supervisors now. And Gary will have the league manager.
Yeah.
Title. But go to them. But anything league related is now Gary's doing. So if you're upset, don't blame me. Or Tam.
You never blamed me anyway, mate. I didn't take anything to do with them.
I got no end especially like setting it up and then going on to that, like when the tables went up. How many people noticed within the space?
Because to be generally
seconds.
All of the other seasons, it was because Andy, obviously, he'd made a mess of it when he set it up. So I'd set up the league table so that way, and I'd set it up for how it was done. So Tom had done it this season, and it's so easy to just get it wrong. But people are very, very quick in picking up when you make a mistake in this group. It is.
So I got home Monday night from the darts. I sat there and my phone had gone crazy because I get literally every single notification come through. I still need to find a way to turn that off.
I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to show you how to do it, mate.
Yeah, but it's like, so I've done it where it's all off, but because I'm the owner of the server, I don't think I can.
We'll try and talk it through, son.
Yeah. If not, I'll pass the server ownership over to you. You can have them.
See me frisbeeing my phone right out the window.
And then I got home and my phone was, and it literally, what's this about the league? What's this about the league? How many points have I got points? Then I looked through and I had 2 for losing. I was like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I sat there and was like, luckily it was really simple to fix.
Yeah.
It took like 2 seconds.
It's very easy to overlook it though and get it wrong.
But for anyone watching and asking what the TB stands for, I haven't got a clue.
I think it's tiebreaker. I think that's what it is. See if you're again head to head, maybe. I don't know.
I haven't got a clue.
I think that's what it is.
Deal with it. But I can't get rid of it.
It's just there to cause conversation. That's what it is. It's a conversation starter.
Yeah. So, any questions about TB, ask Gary. And he'll sort you out.
James is tournament manager, isn't he? He's just sort of charge of tournaments and obviously the
Premier League
with Neil.
Yeah. The nightly ones. He'll be doing the bigger ones now going forward as well after this New Year Cup is finished. He'll take over all them.
Yeah. And we've got Rich and Martin.
We've brought Rich and Martin on board now.
Is it the team league they're going to be mainly dealing with?
Well, Rich is
I know he does the raffle stuff and
the Thunderball, the raffles, anything like that. Rich is going to be doing now. Sweepstakes,
anything prize related
will be Rich, and then Martin is going to be doing, because obviously team league. We've still got a few weeks left to go. We've got this feeling that when we do the next season of team league,
it's going to be bananas.
We're going to have a few more teams. There's going to need someone on it.
Just to let you know, Team League is an absolute pain in the butt to run. It is. I don't know if Martin knows what he's let himself in for. I think we're going to have to simplify it because it really is. There's a lot of work involved in it. It's not just like the normal leagues. It's, yeah.
Well, I think that's like some fixtures are already generating. Basically, we're generating the fixtures ourselves and sitting there typing them out, and
it's a lot of work.
Cheers, Martin.
Yeah. Cheers, son.
Put him off.
What was that? I've just got a notification. Martin has left the server.
So Martin will be doing that. But to be fair, we've had them all in the thing. They've been in the group a while.
Yeah. But the Team League is really good fun. I really enjoy it. As we spoke about before, I think we were going to try and get another dart group, and have a wee head-to-head. I'd love to do that again. That was really, really good. The sort of camaraderie between the guys that are involved in it is really, really good.
The thing is, we won't be needed this time.
I don't know.
Since them days, we were considered in like the top 10 of players.
And the only active players.
Now we can't even class ourselves in like the top 50.
Can't get by the first round.
I'm sitting bottom of my group.
Yeah.
So
damn it.
Maybe we'll try and reach out for a few.
Yeah, we'll try and get something like that organised. That'd be quite good.
So yeah, that's the new structure. As soon as I know how to word it, it'll be put on the Discord for everyone to be able to see.
It's one of those ones. I think we've touched on it before. The group is getting so big now. It's just we need a lot of help to help out. It is a lot of data to go through. The amount of alerts you're getting. It's just there's no way just two guys could deal with that. It's impossible.
Do you imagine now if we had to run it like with that 120 people in the leagues and we didn't get anyone in?
Imagine we were still on Facebook trying to run it. Jesus Christ. Best thing we ever did.
The group would have been deleted by now.
Oh, I'd have just smashed my phone up and computer and everything. Facebook would have been uninstalled long ago.
Yeah. So, there we go. That's the update.
Yep.
Leave us alone.
Yeah. Just let us do our podcast and that's it.
Pretty much.
Right, so you want to get on to, before we lose our last
Go
viewer,
for it. I want to see.
Here's Challenge the Admin Part Do. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's Pete Stewart. Here we go. Here's these 3 questions and then you'll see the draw. Let's get it on. Hey guys, we've got Pete the Surprise Stewart, as Tom likes to call him, otherwise known as the Highlander. How's it going, son?
Not too bad, yourself?
Not bad, mate. It's just,
good.
It was quite funny. I liked your message earlier on when you said, I think we'll need subtitles for this one. It's going to think
I would confuse a lot of them, I think.
Yeah, a lot of our English counterparts are going to struggle with this one. So we'll try and speak kind of slower and proper. Maybe.
No.
At least you're not from Aberdeen, all that furry boots and all that sort of stuff. It's furry boots, you fee.
Nah.
Yeah. Let's say that we're out of better. Right, you ready for the questions, bud? We'll do the questions then. We'll get on to the real business. Right, what is your favourite football team?
The Race Rovers.
Wasn't expecting that one, mate. Jeez, If anyone that doesn't know Scottish football, Wraith Rovers are crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The Green Mile.
Oh, good show, mate. That's a great movie. Great movie.
Quality movie. The only one that makes me cry.
Nah, I don't think I've ever cried at a movie, mate, to be honest.
I'll admit to that one, like.
By the way, just for everybody, you like a t-shirt, mate? You have to go full Scotland here, son.
Oh, aye. That's it, aye.
Cool. That's what it's all about. I was going to put the CU Jimmy hat and all that on, but I thought I better not. I might have to.
I never did. I thought it would be too much.
What hobby or activity brings you the most joy? Obviously, outside of darts.
Golf.
Oh, did you play off? What's your handicap?
8.
No, that's what I was off before I stopped playing.
Uh,
Now you got a wee game, mate. Need to arrange a game. Where is it you're from again, Pete? Just outside Glasgow, are you?
no,
Dunfermline? That's not that far. Not that far.
Not that.
Who's your favourite author, or what's your favourite book?
Neil Harrison. It's not something I actually do much of reading.
Yeah, you're not a big reader, mate.
Nah.
So
Really
you're
not
not
on
like
that.
Steve. You're not like Steve. Okay, reading the 50 Shades and all that stuff.
This one.
50 Shades. That's not going to believe he's 50 Shades. Jesus Christ. I've seen Steve, Michael even. Hey, what's your guilty pleasure? Feel like a movie, TV show.
I don't know. What would you say for that?
Wait, are you saying The Masked Singer or something, yeah?
No, Married at First Sight with the missus.
Oh, no.
That's a giggle and a half.
Oh, come on, Pete, man. That's just horrific, son.
Oh, no.
Yes, oh, man.
That's brilliant.
Hey, what's the weirdest or most unusual food you've ever tried?
So unusual. I got told I was eating crocodile when I was in Mexico once, but I don't believe it. That's the only thing I think.
That wouldn't surprise me, mate.
But,
It's
no,
strangest things that they eat abroad, man, honest to God.
No. Great holiday, like, but that's what we were told when we were in the restaurant. It was just like...
Did you ask them to make it snappy, mate?
Should have.
I have to get one pun in at least, mate. And the last one is, do you have a favourite music genre or artist? Music.
No,
You're not a big music man.
Dance music when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Big Box, Little Box.
Entrance,
or Big Fish, Little Fish. Is... Oh, jeez,
go-to. When I get that in the car or in the truck, that's me, I'm away. I'm gone.
Oh, God. Right, let's get on to the real business, mate. Let's do this draw stuff. And see what you're going to get.
You see that was crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not coming back to bite me in the bum, that one, is it? Right, here we go, mate. You ready for this? Wait a minute, I suppose I should actually take a note of what we're doing. As you can see, I'm always organised, but...
Sat in a chair, I'm fine with. That's Tom.
Yeah, here we go, mate. I'll just get that in there. Let's see what you're drawing here. You want me to shuffle them, or you happy just to spin?
Just batter the button on the board.
Here we go, mate. What's your first one? Oh, that's not good. No flight. Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, no flight.
You better not be doing me for that one. Yeah, you've got to take your flight out and then you've got to throw it just with the stem.
I will hunt the old ones.
It is actually possible to get the dart to stick in. It's not exactly the easiest thing to achieve, but
I'll bet about these two.
I've got a note of them anyway, mate. Yeah, you ready for the second one? Here we go. Oh.
I don't mind that one.
Yeah, well, a wee bit of the egg grey route. Wrong hand.
I'm just as crap with that. I handed the baguette on.
I'm saying nothing, mate. Here we go. Last spin. Jesus Christ.
Are we in?
No flight again. Oh, God, you're going to draw me here, aren't you? You can feel it. Yeah. Right, mate.
Nah.
Here we go. Let's see who you're drawing.
We're kind of like twins here, eh?
Are we ready?
Go for it.
Please don't be me. Oh, you've got one of the new boys.
Oh.
Colin Prestige. That's how Jake, you'll get on, Jake, you'll do the biz.
Hitting a bash, eh?
I think it'll be more missed with those no flights, mate, to be honest. I think one of you can get one out of his stick.
Oh,
right,
no.
so that's us, mate.
Oh,
We'll obviously see how you got on and see
No
how
problem
Colin
with it.
gets on as well. But cheers for doing this, mate.
No, it's great. I
And
enjoyed
see
the laugh. It's great fun.
Yeah, as mate. Right, see you all later, guys. There we go, mate.
Oh,
Poor Colin. All I'm going to say is, this is interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's hilarious, man.
well,
Did you understand, Pete? Did you understand, Pete, most of the time there?
Yeah.
He didn't have a very good audio, to be fair.
No.
His audio wasn't the greatest.
But going back to his questions, Green Mile, great shout.
Oh, mate. Brilliant movie.
See, I don't want to give mine. We're allowed to say what we would pick.
Yeah.
So we're not asked these questions. So what would yours be?
Well, as I was going to say, I've actually got Colin lined up because I asked Colin, do you want to do like, because everyone, obviously, as you said, no one will ask us the questions. So I said to Colin, do you want to do it so that people can get to know him a bit?
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, he was happy to do it. So I'll play that in a wee minute, mate. You can hear what Colin's answers were to the same questions.
Brilliant.
So what's your answer?
Shawshank Redemption. Every time.
Great movie.
Oh, it's up there.
Mate, mine's just Spice Girls the movie, mate.
Is that because that's what I want to watch first? In the cinema.
Yeah. I've got one that's and it's one of my favourite movies. It's not the greatest movie that was ever made. It's just a movie. It's probably the movie I've seen the most in my life, and it's called The Warriors. The Warriors. Don't know if you've ever seen it. It was from the 70s. It's about a gang from New York that gets stuck in the city and they have to get back home, and all the other gangs are trying to kill them. Watch it. It is amazing. It's my favourite movie.
Is it some kind of comedy?
No.
Or is it dead?
Yeah, it's
just a
film. It's not exactly gritty, but I just loved it. I loved it when I was younger, so I've watched it a lot of times. It's probably the movie I've watched the most out of any other movie. So everyone, that's your homework. You can let us know in the comments if you think it's crap or it's great. But
I'll give it a search,
love
see if I can find it.
Oh, it's amazing, mate. I think it's on Netflix. It's amazing. But it is very 70s. You can see that it's old. It's an older movie, but it's great. I love it. I still watch it every now and again.
Quickly before we go on to Colin, guilty pleasure, Married at First Sight.
Oh, Pete, you've just set Scotland back a few decades here, mate, with that answer. Jesus Christ.
That.
Yeah.
And then the usual food, I was expecting like haggis to come out or something, but crocodile.
Haggis isn't really it's not really an unusual food if you're in Scotland, though.
That's our breakfast.
Yeah. I've not eaten a lot of haggis in my life, but I have eaten it. Have you ever tried haggis?
No. I would though.
It's not.
I think I would. How did you rub that? It's a bit like black pudding.
Black pudding. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's a bit a spicier black pudding, really.
Yeah. So
that's how I would describe it. If you can eat black pudding, you try haggis. If you like black pudding, or if you can tolerate black pudding, it's nicer than black pudding. It is a lot nicer than black pudding. But yeah. I don't even know what my strangest food is, actually. I've had swordfish, but I wouldn't really say that. It was a strange food.
I think we touched on this in the thingy one where I said pigeon, and apparently that was quite... Just for this on the Tuesday nights, didn't we?
Yeah, I can't remember it. Anyway,
Here we go.
Ready for Colin's questions? And then after that, we'll go on to their attempts. Here we go. Hi guys, get Colin Pestridge here. It's his shot to... I can't even remember who you're up against now. It's his turn to take a shot at the challenge. Obviously, he doesn't have a clue what his opponent shot.
No.
Who was it again? Pete. Sorry, Pete Stewart. Right. Sorry, Pete. Got to hear the bloody end of that one at the meet-up. Jesus Christ. Just going to ask you a couple of questions, Colin. Just so that the guys can get a wee bit of insight into the mind of you. So it's Pestridge is how you say your second name.
Pestridge, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I'd called you Prestige. I thought your name was.
Quite a lot of people do get it wrong.
Quite a fancy name. But anyway, here we go, mate. First question. What is your favourite football team?
That's easy. Liverpool all the way.
It looks as if he's going to be winning the league anyway. Unless he's having an absolute meltdown.
No, they'll win. Keeping the faith.
Yeah. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, maybe Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, good shout, mate.
Absolute cracking film.
Although I do prefer Snatch, to be fair. But
Snatch is quite good, yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, all the brand of them films are brilliant.
Yeah, they're class, mate. Here's another one. What hobby or activity brings you the most joy? Outside of darts, obviously. You can't pick darts.
Outside of darts. Oh, now you're asking. I used to be a musician. So I would say playing my bass guitar when I got free time.
Nice. What sort of music?
Rock, it is.
Nice, mate. I'm a metal man. What else have we got? Who is your favourite author or what is your favourite book? Are you a reader?
I don't read books.
No.
I don't read books at all. No. I couldn't even say half-decent author.
This is better than Michael Carey's answer of 50 Shades. You just kept that to yourself, Michael.
No questions about that.
That is coming back to haunt you, mate, I tell you. Here's another one. What is your guilty pleasure, movie or TV show?
I got into The Last of Us, the TV series.
I would know that's a guilty pleasure, though.
Currently waiting for the second season at some point this year.
So it seems like guilty pleasure, though. That's a proper.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but a guilty pleasure is something that people would go, you watch what?
Oh, it's not that.
Yeah. Here's only a couple more, mate. What is the weirdest or most unusual food you've ever tried?
Well, I didn't say that again. Hang on. The missus has got the dryer up. Can't hear you.
What is the weirdest or most unusual food you've ever tried?
Food. I've tried snails and I've tried crocodile. Yeah.
Did you ask me to make it snappy?
Oh, dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
Telling you. And the last question, do you have a favourite music genre or artist?
Yeah, Electric Callboy, 100%. You wouldn't have a clue who they are, but look them up. You probably won't like them.
Yeah. Maybe I won't bother looking them up then. Hey, so that's us got to know you a bit better, mate. You want to do your darts challenge?
Yeah, I'm up for it, yeah.
Let's do it, mate.
Right.
Get my money's worth out of that joke.
Jeez.
Yes. To make it snappies in the one podcast.
To be fair, his film was all right.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'm quite surprised how many people have tried crocodile.
Yeah, that sounds... Wow. Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what the scores were now.
I've tried ostrich, by the way.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I think it was ostrich.
I think everyone's had horse if you've shopped at Tesco.
Yeah. So... Unknowingly, but they had them.
So, the scores, how were they? Were they?
Are you wanting Colin or Pete first?
How did we do it last week? Who did we show for? We showed the admin first.
Yeah. Do you want the admin first?
Yeah, we'll go for the admin first.
Here we go. Here's Colin's attempt. Right, guys. Here's Colin's first 3 darts, and it is no flight.
No flights. Right.
No flights, mate.
This should be interesting.
Good luck with this.
Right, here we go.
Oh! Oh! Oh, mate. That one you got there?
One, yes.
Oh, that is...
It's looking
that
like
is
21 and
cruel.
out.
That is just cruel, mate.
Oh,
Unlucky.
my God.
Wow. So you've got one.
One.
So your next 3 darts is wrong hand.
Wrong hand, right.
So if you're righty, you need to throw lefty.
I'm just going to swap darts, hang on.
No worries, mate. Yeah, if you throw lefty with the bloody no flights, I'll give you money.
Right, here we go. Got 2.
Oh.
We got a 7. And we got a 10.
Oh, it's a 19.
We got 19.
Nice, mate.
Right.
So here's your last one is no flights.
Oh, you kidding again. Right.
Just a tip, mate. If you get one to stick in the 20, maybe go to the bottom of the board the next should that.
Yeah, I'll try it. We're going to stick in the board first. Right, here we go. And we got 6. We got 6.
Is that 6, mate?
Yeah.
6.
3 and a treble 1.
Magic. Is it enough to win, though?
I highly doubt
Let's
it.
find out.
I highly doubt it.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, there we go. No one could bash my attempt last week now.
Oh, it's the fact that I don't know if you could see it that good on your phone, Tom, but he hit it in the 20, and then his next start hit the one out of the 20.
Well, I've got a bit closer because it seems like when his points going in the dart, was it?
I think if you do throw though, I think that's what happens because of the weight. I'm not sure, but I found that a bit odd myself. That
It was his shafts that were just sticking into the board.
Maybe he's tried it before and realised that's the best way to throw them.
I'd be honest. Yeah. So what was that all together?
I can't remember, mate, because I'd be saying you should have actually got that up before we started this.
I think, yeah. So what was it at the end? 19 and the 1, so 20 altogether.
I
know, because what did he get left-handed?
It's 26.
He got 26 altogether.
26, mate. You want to see Pete?
Yep, looks like we might be taking a loss this week.
I was going to say, who do you think's going to win? All I'm going to say is Pete was horrific as well.
But I've seen Pete throw with his wrong hand. It's not too bad. But now you've just said horrific.
What are you going for? And give us a prediction of what score he'll get.
So I think Pete's going to win.
All right.
And I think he's going to get about 60. Just with his left hand alone. But no flights, I don't think it's going to be very good.
Let's see.
Let's find out.
Pete, the surprise Stuart gets on. Right, guys, here's Pete's attempt at his admin challenge. Right, Pete, up first is no flights. Good luck with this one, bud.
Alright, here we go.
Give you a 5 if you get one that we stick in the board, mate.
Right, don't.
Nil bois. So your next 3 darts is wrong hand.
Wrong
Your
hand.
left. I think you're a righty, so it'll be your left.
Aye.
Oh.
7, 8, 9.
Is that 9 you've got, mate? Aye.
No, 7, 8, and a 9.
So what's that? I can't even do the math, mate, in a minute. Oh, Jesus. 8 and 9 is 17.
24.
24, mate, aye. As you can see, maths is one of my strong points.
Oh, tell me about it.
Let's see, your last 3 is no flights again. So I think your score may end up in 24, to be honest, Pete. Oh,
7.
he's got on his stick.
Oh.
A 7, mate.
Would you believe me? I had a match earlier and I managed to score 100.
Aye.
Aye.
It just shows you, mate, eh? So anyway, what's that? 24 and 7. 1 tweet, hell yeah. 31.
31.
So, Colin, you've got 31 to beat, son. Good luck.
Good luck, Colin.
You're going to need it. Just by the skin of his ass.
I honestly thought he'd get high with his wrong hand.
No. That was why when Colin went up and he got the 20 stick, I went, oh, this looks as if Pete's getting absolutely... Because obviously I'd already done Pete's by that point. I was just sitting going, oh. But then, as soon as he hit that other dart, right, I was like, oh, Colin, what have you done? But yeah, it was brilliant.
So that's 2-0 down now.
2-0 down, mate. I think we're going to need the big boys to come in.
Hopefully Rich gets 4 next then.
Oh, again, we need to get Peter to do it. That'd be funny.
Who we got lined up next?
I've not got anyone, actually, so if you watch this, get your bloody names down.
A few have got the names in. You have this way, you miss everything.
I was looking the other day there. I'll have a look when we come off then, mate. And get it going. There's people posting like, sort of jokey things, but they weren't actually wanting to do it. Yeah, I've misread
it. 3.
Who'd we got?
Oil, Miller.
What did he say, though? I thought it was just like a jokey thing to do with something else.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm getting mixed up, mate.
Maybe.
Yeah, God knows.
Yeah.
Right. You want to do the skim through the leagues?
No.
It's a long road.
Who was it that said they watched the podcast and it was a good little added thing, but they nearly got a call out, but Gary stopped it?
I can't remember. I seen that as well, mate. I can't remember who it was, though.
Just wanted to try and give them a little, like, skip past them completely.
Yeah, just make sure so you go, ha 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 ha. What am I doing here, man? Right. Here we go. You see it, mate?
I can.
Magic. So we're down to Group L.
So many more groups to do now.
Yeah. You just fly through it.
Yep. So what we've got Grant 1-4-2.
We've got 1 match left to play. Dan and Craig Jones. Nick Mitchell beat Egray. Joe Johnson 4-0 against young Colin. And there obviously must have been an issue with Dan H and Jake Ryder. It's a 2-0. I think something's happened that the game's not get played.
Not aware of anything at the minute.
No, either that or put the score in wrong, maybe. Double check that.
Yeah.
Right, here's the leaderboard. It's got Dan. Dan and Grant are sitting top of the pile.
2 nice little, 2 wins each there.
It's young Colin sitting in 8th.
On that group, though, it's nice to see Egry back.
Yeah.
Because obviously he dropped the message about he didn't feel that just throwing with his trying to get used to it was helping him really, so he wanted to play actual games.
Yeah.
So,
no, 100%, mate. I can only feel he's going to get better. He will get better as he goes. He's obviously learning to play again with his other hand, which can't be bloody easy. On to K, we've got a couple of games still to play. matches that we've got in. Young Tommy gets a draw against Richard Farley.
Yeah.
Lewis C gets a 4-1 against Levi. K West with a 4-2 against Josh Hunt.
Oh.
It just makes me think of Big Fact Hunt every time I see his name. They've got K West sitting top of the pile.
Told you.
I've still got Reagan. Is it Reagan Josh, if I've made that up? Well, they have still got some other matches, but Reagan could catch up with him.
His name's right there.
No, it's just Regan Jai.
Oh.
But
you
I'm
ever
sure
set up these leagues? I could have put the full names in.
Yeah. Wonder who that was, eh? On to Group J, or J, whatever friggin' we use English punters want to say it. J.
Not Australian.
G'day, mate. Yeah. Pete Stewart started to play Neil Hopkins. Not heard any rumblings about that.
I've not seen.
No.
Kind of. What we in J?
Yeah.
I just know if they're actually being organised and. Which they are, because Pete's not one to.
No, he's not one to think. I know he works away, mind you, so generally the weekends are better for him, I think. We've got Neil Turner with a 4-1 against that guy. We draw with Daniel Hucker and Taylor Sargent.
Yeah.
Tom
Pete's
Matthews.
game's arranged for tonight, by the way.
Tonight, mate.
Yeah.
Good. We get Tom Matthews with a 4-2. Daniel Wellesby.
Oh.
And Ronan Foley takes a 4-0 defeat at the hands of Noah Vorway. Let's see the standings. Tom Matthews top of the pile. Although Neil Hopkins can go top if he managed to get a win against Pete.
Be a good game, that one tonight.
Yeah. On to IJ. One match still to be played. Mike Ehlers and Luke Elson.
Been played.
It's been played, mate.
Yeah, 3-3.
3-3. So you say, mate.
3-3. This is why do we have league managers in place? They should be on this straight away. This result was posted 2 hours ago.
It was posted on Wednesday. But yeah. So all done there in Group I.
Yep.
That should update in a wee second. So we've got Peter.
Well, isn't that a shock, Peter?
I've not actually. We never went through them. Always you took me off there, mate. It was Peter. It's a 4-0 against Col Whittle. It's the one who ended up missing. I bet you that's the group that the person that we missed the last time. Ryan Birch 4-0 against Oliver Martin.
Yeah,
couple of 4-0s. That's unusual. And Alfie Haycock's 4-2 against Adam Smith or Smythe, whatever we just want to say your name. Arwell Davis 4-1 against Nick Gerrard.
Oh.
So yeah. Oh, got me 3-way tie at the top there. Like we said, I think the two of us picked Peter to come out of this group before a dart was thrown.
It's good. Yeah, to be fair, he has been throwing better than what he has been before at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, he went through a really big slump. I mean, the two of us are in a slump, but Peter was in the same sort of boat as us. So we've got two matches still to be played in H. Davy Jones and James Hutt and Mark Slater and Martin Knight. I think that's Martin. They're struggling to get Martin to respond, apparently. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it up to the guys to sort out.
That has been sorted. That's a 2-0 against Martin.
Then we're going for 2-0 then, mate. I wasn't sure if we were going to do that. I'll do it just now then.
Yeah. Was that Slater? Mark Slater?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd seen that this morning, something about it. And David Jones and James Hutch are still to play. Eric H against Ross Hasty, 4-2. Gary B. We need to start putting bloody stuff. I'm going to go through that and put the surnames in. Gary B. Ryan, I know, that's the thing, isn't it? 4-2 against Ryan Haskey. Greg Roberts, 4-1. Mako McFarland. And obviously that one that's went in. Let's see, that's done to the tables. Eric H and Gary B, top of the pile.
Some good results that way. That looks like that can end up being a close one.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I know we're only in week 2.
Yeah. Yeah. On to Group G. Eric Hiscock and Neil the winner still to play.
I know that. I've seen something about that's planned for today or...
I was going to say, mate, I know that was it Derek was away somewhere or something?
Yeah.
And you get Matthew O'Leary. Gives our Gary an absolute doing. Good player, Matthew, mind you.
I've got Matthew in the team league this evening.
He's a good player, mate. You need to have a decent game to get something out of that one.
Yay.
Curtis Button, 4-2 against Ellis Frank. And Rich, who's a draw against Henrik Larsson down there. King Henrik. Well, Ticket Tracy and Matt couldn't arrange their game. I seen something about that in the group.
One's away, then the other one's away. I think that's just gone down to 0-0.
Yeah, Gary the hard ass decided it was going down as a 0-0. Out of order, Gary. I think you're bang out of order, mate. Need to take a chill pill, mate. Anyway, top of the pile. You got Matthew, as I said. Not surprised that he's up there. Derek's still got his match in hand, so is Neil. So if one of them wins, they'll jump up to top as well.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that match, unless obviously it's a draw.
It'll be a good match, that one.
Yeah. Into Group F, we've only got Kyle Jobson and Matthew Stocking who get played. Yeah. Dan Hutchinson takes a 4-2 defeat at the hands of Jamie Lynch. Billy Hamilton, he took 4-1 against Jake Greenwood. Yeah, there's Rab. The two of us picked him. 4-2 against Peter Peters. Peter Peters is no slouch either.
No.
It's a good result for Rab.
I've got every faith in Rab.
Yep. Then we've got Jardinio. A wee draw against James Donnelly. Here we go. Rab and Billy Hamilton sitting top of the pile.
That's what we like to see, Rab.
The Rabster.
What is it? The Mad Monk?
Mad Monk. It's because he's here. That's how we got. That's it. The nicknames comes from.
I didn't guess that one.
Yeah. He's got a big monkey magic hairdo. It's most people have never met Rab, so they wouldn't know that. If you've met him, obviously you get the reference. For
all the ones that come into the meets, you will never forget Rab.
No, that's going to be fantastic.
I mean, he's going to go out with no voice.
No. He'll be like one of those Duracell bunnies. He'll not know how to talk to them. With too many people, his brain will explode, I think.
He's got so many new people to try and talk to.
Who do I talk to now? Yeah. Needless to say, if you get left alone with Rab, you would never feel uncomfortable because he's very good at making conversation about anything. He's hilarious. We've got a few games starting to play down here. 3 matches. Group E, Julian Reha and Luke and T. Groen not been played. Kev Dick, Steve Hunt, Jack Webster and Michael Carey. We've only got 2 matches that have been played. DJ Shanksy with a 3-3 with David Morrison, and Dan the Man Newman takes a 4-2 against John Watson. To be fair, John's not really been playing very well recently. I've noticed that. They've played him a few games. He's not been playing anywhere near his levels, mate. I think I'm quite surprised. That's 2 defeats he's had in 2.
John, we'll arrange a friendly very soon then.
So although Daniel's sitting top of the pile, you get the feeling that one of these other guys that have started to play are going to jump above him.
Yeah. That's just going through. I think they are potentially organised.
Right.
I mean, I think this is the big one. Luke. Monday.
Right.
They play Monday. Steve and Kev. It was meant for Thursday, but I did see somewhere it's been rearranged.
Right. But there's no results in, so...
I mean,
there's no results been put in for any of the 3 matches, mate, no?
Because there's no results for them to be done.
No, I'm saying, is there any results that have been posted up that haven't been put into the database?
Sorry, I'm all over it. Michael's obviously taking a bit of time away.
No, right, I didn't know anything about that, mate.
Yeah.
I'll speak to you later about that.
Yeah. So that's the catch-up, and the other 2 are organised for, I believe, Steve and Nat are playing tonight at 6.
Right.
And then obviously Luke is playing tomorrow against Jaws.
Nice. So on to Group D, where the big dogs live. And Tom. Kel Miller, not Miller. The 4-1 against Tom Hawes.
Told you I cannot, for the life of me, throw a dart.
No, mate. I don't know. I mean, I think I was just as lucky that I got you last week. The fact that you're playing so poorly, because I've been, don't get me wrong, then every now and again I just explode and throw amazing darts, and then it's just back to the old crap again straight after it.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike Singleton with a 4-2 against Tyler. Tyler's not doing as well as I thought he would, to be honest. I think he might have been one of my picks.
I hope we've got him next week then.
We've got John Deere with a 4-1 at the hands of Paul Houghton. And I'm playing mines next week, I believe. I think this is going to be catch up. So, but obviously, this is the thing for anyone watching or listening. This is what we want. If you just reach out and let us know you're having issues, it's not a problem to rearrange it. It's when you don't let us know that you've got an issue, then you're going to go down as a loss. But obviously, because Chris reached out very early, saying that he was going to be struggling, and then later on that he was probably going to have to take a loss. That's when we said, no, you can just get an extension.
Yeah.
So reach out and let us know what issues you're having, and then we can give you an extension, no problem. We got Aaron with a 3-3 against Charlie Lawrence. Here's the table. We got Paul.
Good to see. Look at that.
Look at the Tambo Force sitting there nice and snug at 3, and he's still got his match to play. Just lovely, mate.
What, Chris?
It's just lovely to see. It's lovely.
What's the, like we say, little perks? Who have I got next week?
Let's do it, man. Oh, I've got Paul Houghton. I'm coming for you, Paul Houghton.
Is that me against Aaron?
Yes, mate. Paul Houghton, your streak's about to come to an end, son. The Tambo Force is coming.
That's not upset me at all.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Group C.
Group C, mate. 2 matches to play. Andy Stevens against Carl Carroll. That's one of the names that Scottish people can't say. It's Carl. The first name. It sounds like Carol, as in the female name. For some reason.
Carl?
Yeah. You say it properly. We can't. We have to, for some reason, we add an O in. Carol.
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 And
Andy the Arrow and Jay Russell have still to play.
I think the big one for this is because obviously now all you're going to see is me looking down. get the games put in confirmed matches.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when it comes to this, so like that one, Andy and Jay tomorrow.
All right.
That's been organised for.
Yeah.
See, nice and easy that.
Yeah. It just makes it easier for everyone, even the league managers as well, just to keep an eye on it. Then we know who's trying to arrange, who's not trying to arrange.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we've got results. Did you go through the results?
No. Ben Payne 4-0 against Adam Davis.
See them two.
Cohen Dixon and Martin Ball 3 each. That'd have been a good game to watch, I reckon.
Yeah.
Darrell Hester and Dale Woodcock. Darrell takes the 4-2. Darrell sitting top of the pile. Don't get me wrong, Jay could jump up beside him. But yeah.
Tell you what, obviously, because I play Monday Night Darts with Darrell.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Jay, that'll be a great game. Look forward to watching that one.
Oh, when it comes around, you mean?
Yeah, when it comes round.
Right. When is it? Start next week, is it? No, it's Jay and Cohen.
Yeah. But yeah.
When the Group B, mate, only got the one left to play. Costin Hadder against Brian Gelling. That's still to be arranged. This is obviously the longer formats.
Tonight at 7.
Today at 7. Good stuff, mate. Get Jamie Scott with a 6-1 against Matthew Clark. Oh. Andy Jones takes a 6-4 defeat at the hands of Colin Pestridge.
Glad to see he's put his flights back on them.
I was going to say, obviously, he must have been throwing his flights on. Michael Wood, 6-1 against Jack Thomas. Chris Stewart, 6-4 against Gav Palmer.
Oh.
Nice. Jamie Scott and Chris Stewart top the pile. But obviously we've got that match still to be played, so if one of them win, they'll jump up and be alongside.
So quite surprised by two in Matthew Clark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being down there.
Good player.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones, if you're off it a wee bit there, I think we've spoken about it before, if you're even off a fraction, you get punished. Into the big, if it's the real big boys. Oh, Wally Carter and Neil with a 5 each. That's 2 draws in a row for Neil.
5 each.
Oh, because he drew in week 1. A draw against it.
I'm trying, because I think I've seen something crazy about that game. Let me try and...
I'll run through this while you're doing that, mate.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson with a 6-4 against Gavin Fry. That's more like it, Marky boy. James West, a 6-3 against Jim Colson Rice. Oh, James Morgan gives it a do there, 6-1. Well done, Jamesy boy. I don't know why I'm calling everybody boy.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Tracy. And you get Noah H with a 6-4 against Chris Bishop. Oh, look at that. James Morgan sitting top of the pile. Holy moly, James.
Is Neil's reign about to come to an end?
Is Neil finally crumbling under the pressure? Or is it just the fact that he's got new darts and he hasn't adapted to them yet?
And
then once he finds them, that's it. It's game over for everyone. But yeah, I played Neil, I think I said to you before, I think it was last week, and he definitely wasn't at the same levels he has been at.
Yeah. Well, just there, so that one similar cracking game, to be fair. Neil finished with a 68, Ollie with the 69.
No.
I mean, the worst leg of the match was a 27 darter.
Nice.
So that's before we even get down to a finish, to be fair.
The way we're playing at the moment, it definitely is, mate. But who've we got next week? Let's see the lineup, since it's a big dog group. James West, Chris Fry, Oh, James and Ollie next week. That'll be a cracker. Every one of them is a cracker.
I think we need to start bringing it back and like keep an eye on and start the commentating games again.
Yeah, I think definitely I think Group A, it is more. It's not against anyone else, but I think there is more entertainment in the big guns. It's generally they'll hit the doubles quickly and get a bit more exciting.
Get a couple of them on this week.
Yeah, maybe try and get the James and Ollie one. I think that'll be an absolute cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get the two of the boys to keep us posted and we'll try and get something done. But yeah, it's a good match as well. Chris Bishop and Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
Well,
I think any of them each week, it's all...
Yeah, it could go anyway now.
Yeah.
Well, that's us, bud.
Brilliant.
That is our league tables.
All good.
Mm.
We got anything coming up this week?
I don't know, mate. I don't think so. I've got a little riddle, by the way.
Well, you got a riddle.
I thought this one up myself. So, anyone that tries to Google this one, good luck, you're not going to find it. It's the Tamil 4 special, made up in thine own head. And I can't remember what it is now. What is it?
Awkward silence.
I have but one man, yet I have many men. What am I?
I have but one man.
I have many men.
No idea.
Tamil 4 special, mate.
We'll tune in next week to find out the answer.
Yeah, stick it in the comments in the video. Stop putting it in the bloody group. Put it into the bloody video so that we can get some more views and promote the stuff. Stop putting it in friggin' Discord. Put it in the video.
I'll make sure I have an attempt at the answer.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah. And we shall see you all next Sunday.
That you shall, mate.
And remember, get in the challenge and admin.
Yep.
We'll put a post up in a minute about it.
If you
get someone.
Just to clarify, if you want to go into the challenge admin, but you don't want to do the wee questions bit at the beginning, you don't feel you have to do it.
No, you do.
If you don't want to do it.
You do.
If you don't want to do it, some people don't. Like John, I know John doesn't really want to go on he doesn't really want his face on here.
Well, no one wants to talk to John anyway.
Yeah. Talks a lot of mince. Right, guys, anyway. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.